Hello, friends. It's Giuliano. I'm here with a weekly roundup, crypto price charts. Let's take a look. Start with Bitcoin and get an idea of what's going on the past week or so. Looking at the weekly candles, and a big question for this chart and others could be, are we going to see a bullish MACD cross? Are we going to get more positive in the RSI? And in terms of this trend, this short-term trend, are we going to get over this trend and maybe even test the longer-term downtrend? Getting above the short-term downtrend also means getting over the 200-week moving average. So we can see that last week's candle did close, well, firstly, did touch wick that downtrending zone and rejected even below the 200-week moving average, and just closing just below. And we can see so far on this week's candle, about halfway through the week here, we see that the wick has made it quite far down, but has been bought right back up, even above the levels of where it closed previously. So let's see how the rest of this week plays out. We could either, close around here and then shoot higher the following week, or even with the rest of this week, we could end up breaking through this downtrend and close higher. But, either way, even if we close a little bit lower, as long as we can hover around here, in the next week, there's definitely a chance to make a higher candle and see where it goes from there. Maybe get a really good burst of energy to the upside, get some sort of a cross into the MACD, into the bullish cross. And I think that's where everything stands for the BTC. I do see this possibility here as a good one, moving up into this, towards this trend line, and then make your way back down. So let's see how it plays out. Currently fighting at that 200-week moving average, and it'll be interesting to see the following weeks in towards August, September, October, and towards the end of the year as well. So this could take a few months to go up and down altogether. So it'll be interesting to watch, see what if this longer term trend line gets respected, see if we do get a boost up here in this next week or two. We're coming right up into it. So it's like either it's going to turn around now or not. And it looks like it can boost from a good level here. If you look on the daily price chart, it looks like it might need some time to consolidate still, but maybe not. Maybe it's just ready to work higher. And the weekly chart certainly looks like it's ready within the next candle, this candle or the next candle. So we're going to see, but of course, downside is possible as well. So let's see how this all plays out. Stick around for more. That's generally the thoughts around the Bitcoin price chart on this weekly time frame. Now we look towards KMD against BTC, and clearly a couple of weeks ago, the big rally into the long-term downtrending resistance towards that Ichimoku cloud resistance. It closed below a relatively key level from this all-time low back here, and which has been subsequently broken. But if we look at these price levels here, we could say that technically it's still relatively in a safe zone as it stays above this, but the fact that it just keeps getting rejected at this Bollinger Band tops is not a lot of strength, but the candle bodies are small, so it's not dumping quite yet. So there could be a bit of consolidation here if it does do that and stays above this horizontal support zone here, this price action zone, which keeps it above the 20-week moving average. Then there's a chance to pump higher, but. Yeah, what kind of momentum is it going to be? And is it going to be continued momentum, or is it just a further turnover for more downside below this horizontal level? If you get down there, below there, which is about 1,100 Satoshis or so, then yeah, looking to go below 1,000 at that point. So we'll see what happens with KMD price chart in the coming weeks. We will also see with Pirate Chain R against BTC that it's here facing some consideration. Are you going to push beyond this longer term downtrending resistance here zone, or are you going to turn around and be rejected by it? Is this here? Is it a top candle right here? Is it a topping candle and we're going to turn back down? It's got rejected at the top of this range. If that's the case, you know, it's getting rejected right here. If you look at the candle body closes, it's getting rejected right here. So that's relatively weak, possibly. Let's see, maybe this candle gets its support on this downtrending zone and can push higher. That is a good possibility as well, because RSI is really, it is looking for a bullish cross, although it could turn further bearish for the relatively negative momentum. You can see already it's coming close, but it's not going to cross at such a sharp angle just yet. So it needs a bit of time here, even based on that lagging indicator. And based on this price action, if it stays below this level for the next week or so, then I think we get more downside. You know, this candle, the next candle, I think then this is going to be possibly moving towards the downside and making new lows since these previous lows. But with this bottom and this bottom here, and crossing this zone and reaching this 20-week moving average, it might get propelled above, and that would be a nice case to see, which would involve potentially a little bit of a bullish MACD cross. Doesn't even have to be anything big or significant, and it just offers some positive momentum, and maybe then you can find a low at a higher level, and then we'll see. Though I do get a sense that that time will tell on this chart. This looks like it could be a great W formation, but it also looks like it could be a you know, further redistribution down. So yeah, let's just keep watching what happens, and good luck out there. None of this financial advice. We're going to move over to VRSC against BTC. On the 3-day price chart, I want to recognize making new lows since back here in November and you know, of 2021, and particularly in January, February of 2022, when we really bottomed here. You know, a bit of an Adam and Eve type of bottom right there. So now we're making new lows. These are 3-day price charts on Varus against BTC. And you can see here, after getting rejection at that key level, key zone in these previous two candles, then the most recent candle is a much bigger bearish dumpish candle all the way through the zone down below it. Now, previous video, we were looking at this candle as a completed, I believe it was completed, bearish engulfing candle, breaking down below some key levels towards key price levels. And yeah, this rejection here, get a dump down. Now you're below the other low level key zone, and the price tried to get above, but really is staying below in the candle body. So there's not a lot of buying demand compared to selling demand, and this just not in the favor right now. However, there has been some negative momentum, and how much longer is it going to go is a good question. We're at the lower end of the Bollinger Band, so either it's going to pop back up and over this green zone and reclaim it, or we are probably going to expand fast enough down towards the 1,000 or even like 900 area. Yeah, because we're at that lower end of the Bollinger Band, so it could expand, or it could be the bottom and we go sideways and out of this thing within the next month or so, and then from there see what happens. So that's VRSC against BTC. Now we go over to, let's hit up the ADA price chart. Let's see, what do we got here? ADA is still fighting to stay above that 20-week moving average. Very good, very good. This is looking relatively strong. Could continue with that positive momentum. Or again, it's deviated here above the 20-week. It's come down to test it. We'll get a lower high and then dump further down. So that's totally possible. But as long as it stays above this level here where you have like resistance there, resistance comes supports, you know, support here. So if you can stay, oh, look at it, it's the 20-week moving average. If you can stay above this level, you're good. As soon as you break down below this level, then you're continuing to make these lower highs here, highs, lower highs, and then even lower highs. So definitely want this to be a support bounce. Go to the top of the Bollinger Band. Don't just get rejected here, though. You'd like to actually get even higher. After getting to this level, you'd like to get higher. Otherwise, again, it becomes just another rejection at this level, and then probably a move down here. Now that could still be overall healthy because you hit down your 200-week moving average and you really confirm it. So that's totally possible. So that's one idea. And then the other idea for ADA is the price able to move towards the Ichimoku cloud, and then it'll come down again, most likely, but then where does it find support? So I think something like that for the ADA price action would be an excellent move and show good strength. But even, you know, a worst case scenario than that is to get rejected at about this level here, get rejected around there. Let's make it that color. So you get rejected there and then come down for more. Well, that's still decent overall if you can use that as a support, the 200-week as a support. Then for longer term, then you're still in a really good position. You're using really good price action support. But yeah, let's see, maybe it'll get higher first. That would be very hot. Okay. Well, as long as you're holding above these levels, you've got a shot for sure. Above the 20-week moving average, above this price action right here. Good job. Okay. There is definitely room for more. That's ADA price chart against BTC. Now let's check out what's next is Theta. Let's look at Theta price chart against BTC weekly time frame. Theta, on the other hand, getting rejected by the 20-week moving average, as we saw before, horizontal zone, then rejected as well below the 200-week moving average. So, and it's not doing well, and now it's continuing to dump further. So you've been rejected 200-week moving average. If you get a 20-week moving average cross there, maybe your bullish momentum here is going to wane. I don't know, but it's just the price action itself is not looking solid for Theta, and it seems to be following the potential that we saw here already. It's kind of not everything is marching to the same rhythm. So, well, or it might march to the same rhythm, but it might do it at different levels. Like we see this move up and down potentially on Bitcoin. Maybe it continues with ADA. In fact, we see this move, this type of price action, this move up and then consolidation on ADA, but it's at different relationships to the 20-week moving average and 200-week moving average. The ADA bounced off of the 200-week moving average down here, and then it broke above the 20-week moving average, and then finding support at the 20-week rather than getting rejected by it the way Theta is. So based on that, yeah, Theta not looking as promising as ADA until it gets back above the 200-week moving average and 20-week moving average there. Good. Looking like things are going along smoothly. So let's move on then. We got back here, Daryl. We got back some price action, as you can see here. As you can see here, we're missing some price action between this week and this week. I think we're missing 2 candles. No, just 1 candle. So we're missing the week of the 11th of July. But anyway, we went from down here where we found support at the lower end of the Bollinger Band and at this downtrending support zone. And at the lower end of this this box that we've had carved out, found some good support, and now we've magically teleported up to the top of that channel, that box, the horizontal channel box. And yeah, we'll see what happens next. It looks like it's kind of at the midline of the downtrending channel, roughly, nearing that 20-week moving average. So is it going to fail here and continue further down and find another bottom here? Or does it have some legs to go up towards the Ichimoku cloud and top of the channel? Well, let's see. That'll be interesting for watching on Daryl. But there you go. We eventually did reach these price levels that we're wondering about. Now the bigger question is, will we reach these price levels that we're wondering about? And maybe even more, like down here, that would, yeah. Anyway, we'll see. That's the Daryl price chart. We got some data back, and we're just wondering and trying to see if the price will continue higher or if it's going to follow this kind of a downtrend there and find some rejection. We'll see. All right. Oops. That's the Daryl price chart. Neither here nor there. It's kind of getting rejected by previous support, turning resistance as it previously was resistance back here. So we're at that same level. Okay, that's Daryl price chart. Oops, wait, I just wanted to show, because I double clicked out of there. There is potential coming for some bullish divergence, but just because it's bullish divergence doesn't mean it's a huge move. So we would see what that would actually entail for this Daryl price chart. I do see the possibility of getting to that Ichimoku is decent. Might not be right away, might hang out first and then go. So we'll see what happens over the next month or two. Well, yeah, next month, let's say. All right, that's the Daryl price chart. Then we can move over to Origin Trail, track, BTC. Let's see what's going on over here. Okay, finding some resistance still around this 20-week moving average zone. And yeah, it's just hanging out between the 200-week moving average below and the 20-week moving average above. And it's as long as we're above kind of this price level here, I think it's in a decent position. I mean, as long as it's above the 200-week, I guess you could say as well. But if it can stay above here, that's more ideal. So anyway, either way, stay above the 200. and you're good to go. Might need to find some flattening, and we are getting a bit of a bullish divergence. Not bullish divergence, bullish cross. I hope I haven't been saying divergence this whole time. Bullish cross on the MACD. So let's see how much more of a positive bullish energy you can get here, positive momentum, or is it just going to continue rolling over? But yeah, it's in a good spot where it could totally pop up. It's made basically a downtrend from here to here. So maybe this move down. I know that there's been an up and a down like a couple of times here. Within there, some bear rallies, but really it's been a straight move down to here. And now the question is, can there be a move up? Now, maybe it doesn't get that high. And when does it happen? Does it happen here? Or does it, does it happen over here somewhere? It'll be interesting to watch what this price does against BTC over the next little time. Again, we're looking for something like this where it'll consolidate sideways. The other option is that it does a move down like this, and then it rallies right away to a significant level and then comes back down roughly to the same level that it came from. So there's that. Or we can have a move where it goes sideways a bit, with a bit of chop through here, and then makes a move up, maybe in here or whenever it does, and then comes back down. That's possible. Either way, the other option becomes you break below the 200-week moving average here, and you fall further down, probably towards the lower end of this boxy zone. But then you're on a really thin ice after that. So let's see what happens here for the price chart. But I wouldn't be surprised if it does fall down below and then eventually reclaim above that 200-week moving average. That seems like a decently reasonable thing. And whether it goes up first and then comes down and then does it, or does some other way. I mean, I would not be surprised if this is how it shakes out on the origin trail price chart. But there you go. There you have it. Okay, origin trail track against BTC. All right, then we have the big BNB. Big BNB sitting above this this triangular formation here, price action. And now it's pushing at the previous highs here, but it's not quite there yet. Here's the previous all-time highs, so we can kind of keep that as a general level. And yeah, what's going to happen here? I mean, we're already running through some positive momentum. What's going to happen to BNB? Will it have the strength to push higher? And if we look at it on a shorter term here, okay. Yeah, it's really this horizontal level, and I think it's already showing strength. And it needs to pop out of here sooner than later. If it just fizzles here, then you're done and you're coming back down. So yeah, let's see what happens with that BNB price against BTC. But looks like it wants to go. Looks like it wants to go. It's definitely at the top of the Bollinger Band as well. So if it's going to get rejected here, then expect a decent sized breakdown. Yeah. All right. Well, we'll see. I mean, it can go a little sideways too before it breaks out, but BNB needs to take the chance as soon as possible and get out of this sideways horizontal resistance to the upside. Okay, Link against BTC. Let's see where we're at. Link against BTC, what levels? Oh, it's following nicely. General trajectory. Let's take this out of here. Yeah, it looks like it's getting rejected at the 20-week. We'll see how this candle closes because, you know, it got rejected here, broke above it, but it was kind of a pause and indecision. So yeah, like what kind of positive momentum we're going to continue here on Link. We'll see. Let's watch how this candle closes. If you close below the 20-week moving average, then it's very likely going to continue further down. But if you can salvage this week, especially and close above the 20-week moving average, then I think you got a chance also to push higher. So that's the Link against BTC price chart. I won't be surprised though, since it moved from top of the Bollinger Band, bottom of the Bollinger Band. Now it's starting to go sideways. You know, you might just get a rejection here and come back down first before trying something new. But the general downtrend here on Link, I think if we take it like this, this price action is struggling for sure, but it does show some potential to reclaim some level, but again, it's getting rejected by it, and I just get the sense that it's gonna struggle here. Yeah, we're below this stuff here. It's getting rejected by it. It just looks like it's going to struggle a bit for longer, but we'll see. Maybe it'll get a decent push higher. The longer term, yeah, this rejection, if it doesn't get over soon enough, then yeah, it just doesn't look so good. That's Link against BTC. XRP against BTC. Let's take a look here and see what we've got. Same, still getting rejected at that 20-week moving average, getting rejected at that downtrending resistance. So it's okay. You're just going to need more positive momentum. That's all. Now it's falling below, potentially below this key horizontal level. Let's do that. Below this key horizontal level here. It's fighting that level, this horizontal level. So not looking the greatest for XRP, but something positive that pushes it higher and gives it at least a push to this level, top of the Bollinger Band, lower end of the Ichimoku cloud, previous resistance zone. At least you're giving some life to it and setting up for potentially to move higher. But yeah, overall, it's looking like it's not at a great level here against BTC, unless it can just hop over the next week or two, if it can hop over. But the rejections that it's been showing are not promising. Anyway, still a chance, but it looks slimmer by the week as it stays below the 20-week moving average, and especially if it can't get above and stay above the horizontal level here. All right, so we get out of XRP and onto Ethereum ETH against BTC. Let us see here. Wow, yeah. So in the previous week, after a big push up to the top of the Ichimoku cloud and the lower end of the underside of the 20-week moving average, get a previous week, that candle, the next candle after this one just pushes higher, and nice body in the candle. So gets above this level here. So if, as long as it stays above this level here, okay, then you're in a good position. But if it can't hold this and starts to reject, then you're getting these lower highs and you're getting rejected. So what's it going to be? We'll see. For Ethereum, it's either getting rejected here and pushing back down, or it's gonna find some space up here. And then after that, it's just a matter of staying above there. But that's easier said than done. However, with Ethereum, that has a chance, and we'll see if it needs to, use this support. Now, if it does break below the 20-week moving average, then you're in trouble. But until then, I think you're looking halfway decent. You can even fill this space right here for a week or two before popping up higher, if need be. Totally. So Ethereum looking relatively good against BTC, as long as you can break above this downtrending energy, and if you can get above this horizontal resistance energy, then you're really talking and showing some potential. And you just got a bullish MACD cross, and yeah, the RSI is above 50, so you're in a bullish territory here, bullish energy right now. Let's see what continues on Ethereum. Yeah, totally could get some sideways action a week or two, or even 3, whatever, and then push higher. Totally could do that. All right, looking good, Ethereum against BTC. One of the stronger ones we've seen today, for sure. Let's look at Monero. Monero BTC looking good too, continuing to push higher, challenging the previous highs from here, and also challenging the top of the Bollinger Band, and looking, well, definitely challenging through that Ichimoku cloud, looking to hit that 200-week moving average. Monero looking good, all in all. And so let's see how this continues. Not even in an overbought position yet. And yeah, you just want to keep going higher though. Otherwise, you're going to wane, and the momentum is going to wane, and then you're going to dump down further, which is common for price action to break above downtrending resistance levels or zones, and then come back and retest them. And so that's totally possible, and that's not ideal. But yeah, a break above the 200-week and the Ichimoku cloud and towards these levels here is ideal right now for Monero, for sure. That would be huge for XMR against BTC on this all-time weekly chart. That would be wild. All right. Oops. Let me just get in here. Yeah, what kind of momentum are we going to continue to have though? So really need a good pop, a good push of momentum. Get into an overbought territory and talk a little bit after that. Okay, well, we'll see what happens with XMR, but it's looking relatively good too. Not quite as good as Ethereum though, I guess, against BTC, but definitely looking like a stronger one. Well, here we are with DOT against BTC, finding rejection last week at the downtrending resistance channel to the upside here, the upper end of the downtrending resistance channel. And also, if we look, it's the horizontal zone, the previous support here, turning resistance. So what does that mean? Well, at least you're still in the higher low position. You made your low, and you're still in a higher low position, but you're within this downtrending channel. So there's a good chance coming down here. The other option though is that this price level, previous resistance, does turn and flip support, and you're able to hold it and then get above this downtrending channel. But so far, let's see, doesn't, I mean, you're getting a little bit of positive momentum, but it's not really in your favor. So maybe even if you get up above this, I mean, that would be great. You get above it, but you get rejected by these levels here. So you get above and you get rejected, and who knows, maybe you come down again. So it's a good possibility as well. Yeah, we're going to see what happens with the DOT against BTC. It'll be fascinating to watch. I wonder if it's just going to dump. I'm rooting for something like this, up and down. Okay, well, we'll see. We shall see. Next, we're going to look at FTM against BTC. See what kind of levels we've been hitting. Yeah, FTM last week held this one. So this is a similar move that DOT was doing, where it was retracing here, but FTM got the big candle higher. So now we'll see, is this level going to be a rejection level? Is that level going to be a rejection level? Or is it going to be a move higher? And we're just getting some positive momentum, bullish cross on the MACD towards this 20-week moving average. Maybe the price will be going halfway or all the way to this next upper end, upper zone of the horizontal resistance. Well, support really hasn't confirmed its resistance per se, but it is a support resistance zone there. So we're going to see. There is also just a good chance that it'll fizzle here. Maybe it'll break above and then break back down and continue its way down towards these low levels again, either to retest this support and confirm it or to break below. So let's see what happens with FTM. But considering how steep of a move down it was, you got to have some sort of reaction, and maybe this is it. Maybe this is the only reaction we get. That would be super weak. So I would think something like that is reasonable. I would think something like that is reasonable, where it does go to the next level. If we look at our retracements from top to bottom, that would beautifully hit the 382 retracement. So it's a good possibility there. We'll see. They might first need to reject here, and then it can go higher. Possible, but it's due for some sort of reaction. Look how steep it went down. That's FTM against BTC. Let us move on to Solana, Sol BTC. Sol BTC, another one of those that's in positive momentum and is getting rejected at the 20-week moving average, at the previous support resistance zone. So is it going to continue higher? I mean, you're breaking bullish MACD cross, but you're in a consolidation. So it's either you're going to move up, consolidate, and then move higher, or you're moving up, you're consolidating, rejecting, and then you're going to fall back down. And it looks right now like it wants to fall back down, but as long as you're above this level, I think you're still okay. But the more time you spend below the 20-week moving average, then it's much more likely to come back down from this low to a high and then back down to these lows to retest. So that's the general energy of Solana. And yeah, whether it takes this time or whether it's faster or whatever it looks like, this is the general overall energy of the price against BTC. Feels like it needs to make another, maybe a move up, but it just needs to make another consolidation, redistribution, and then a further sell-off. So let's see what happens with Solana. Stick around for that, of course. Here's AVAX now. Avalanche against BTC, riding this previous supporting trend line, riding it up, but on the underside. Going to meet this 20-week moving average and probably get rejected. I mean, either that or we're going to get the bullish MACD cross and we're going to pop over and maybe we're going to get above the trend line and above the Ichimoku cloud. That would be a super duper move from Avalanche. Imagine getting back above that trend line and then holding it. Imagine holding this trend line after getting back above it. That would be a super move from AVAX. But yeah, the other option is rejection here and a further move to the downside. So right now it's hard to say, kind of like, nice, that's where you got your support. Yeah, you're getting this resistance stuff here, support resistance, find support again. Wow, if you can get that positive momentum that brings a bullish MACD cross, that could be just what you need. Now, you could also still get it and ride up, get rejected and come down, back down to here. That's a very possible chance there. But after that, then you're really looking at the lower levels. So Avalanche has a chance to make it up to this level. But that just seems far-fetched. It's possible, but I mean, I guess I'm just trying to reconcile the negative momentum. Is it going to bullish cross or not? And if it does bullish cross, what would that look like for the price? Maybe it won't mean much at all. Okay, so that's AVAX against BTC. But again, maybe it'll pop up higher, back above that uptrending uptrend and above the Ichimoku cloud formation. That would be amazing. Can't wait to see. Just like MATIC over here. MATIC did it, not to say about the trend line, but it jumped over the 20-week moving average, over the Ichimoku cloud, to the top of the Bollinger Band, got some rejection there. Now is finding support above the Ichimoku cloud in some bullish positive momentum. And yeah, above 50 still on RSI, so still good. And maybe you're going to go to an overbought territory. But right now, possibly consolidating above the Ichimoku cloud, above this previous resistance levels, support levels. That could be huge to have the price holding above here. Incredible. So we'll see what happens with MATIC against BTC, but so far it's looking relatively good. Now, what usually happens to things after they go up like this, they generally come back down. So, you know, it goes up like this, it generally comes back down. It goes up like this, it generally comes back down. Even here, it goes up like this, it generally comes back down. Goes up like this, generally comes back down. So there are let's just take a look here. There are the times where it goes up like this. It kind of hangs out there as it's going down, but it hangs out at a high enough level and then it goes much higher. So is that going to be the case here? Goes like that and hangs out and then goes much higher, possibly, but it just gives the sense that it needs to come back down but it's just at some weird levels with this Ichimoku cloud and where this price action lives. So we'll see. It could be interesting though. This could be a bigger consolidation in a bigger move up. There's no doubt that's possible. But this could just be all the buying of the news or the rumors, so to speak, and then the selling of the news is underway. We'll see though. So far, it's looking relatively decent above the Ichimoku cloud, MATIC. Okay, so until it starts breaking down below there on and below this price level on lower time frames, it's still good. The only concern is that this Ichimoku cloud, once you break down below it, because like if you come to this 20-week moving average here, below it, then it's hard to fight it and get back above. And anyway, we'll see what happens. That's MATIC. Then we get to Atom against BTC. Atom against BTC. Also, again, with some positive momentum, getting rejected at the 20-week moving average at this horizontal resistance level. But based on this bullish MACD cross, is there more positive momentum to go? And if so, is it only going to bring the price above to the Ichimoku cloud, top of the Bollinger Band type area, get rejected, and come back down? Possible, very possible. The other option is just get rejected right here at the 20-week and at the horizontal resistance, the way that it looks like it's doing, and fall further down. So over to this level. So just, yeah, I think watch it, but as long as the price is below this horizontal level, I think you want to just be patient at that case. I mean, look how much it's already moved up. So you're at the top of the level. If it gets rejected, there's a good chance it comes back down to the bottom of the level, or even at least the mid level. So anyway, that's Atom against BTC. This definitely has a chance to pop higher, but after that, it looks like more sideways is in play. Okay, rejection here, possibly. Let's see how this candle closes this week. Next is RUNE against BTC. RUNE against BTC, breaking back above this downtrending, long-term downtrending resistance. Now dealing with the energy of this most recent downtrend, breaking above that, finding support currently. But yeah, we'll see how this plays out. Again, another pair that's looking to break bullish on the bullish MACD cross there. So we'll see, does it have some legs to push higher, maybe up to this green zone here, this green horizontal resistance zone? Let's see, that's totally possible here. Yeah, looking decent, looking half decent here on RUNE. Next is NEAR against BTC. Yeah, so NEAR is on the underside of the Ichimoku cloud. As long as it can stay above this price level here, where it is, whatever around this area, this zone, as long as it can stay above there, then it's in a decent position. But if it starts breaking below there, then there's concern. Looks like it could take a little while though. Not as close to a bullish cross here. So maybe NEAR is going to continue. Maybe this is the move here, get some move here, and then continues further down. I mean, there's a chance it's coming to this level here, whether it's in this time frame or in a different time frame. We'll get the sense that this level will be touched. So we'll see though. We'll keep an eye on NEAR BTC. Let's take a quick peek at the Doge coin against the BTC. Rejecting at the 20-week moving average last week. Rejection as it tried to get above, so that's bearish. Now, if you're going to be below this price level, I think you're going down to the lower end. But we'll see. Not looking good for the Doge coin. It's just basically following this channel, and maybe it'll be over soon. It'll find some support somewhere in this zone, and then maybe even pop higher. But you're already on your positive momentum. It looks like it wants to cross bearish MACD cross. That's not in your favor, Doge coin. Ooh, Dogecoin, be careful out there. And finally, let's keep our eye on TRX to see where we're at. Since we've been watching it and paying attention to this trend line, it's this trend line right here, this blue one, we will make it into a green one. So this green trend line, it looks like it'll probably be broken, but you never know. But I mean, yeah, like all this positive momentum looks like it wants to turn over and turn into a bearish cross. The market has made its move up, and now and it reaches significant zone. Now it looks to make its move down. Now the big question becomes: do you hold this Ichimoku cloud? Do you hold this 200-week moving average? The 20-week moving average is crossing the 200-week now. So maybe it's just a consolidation. So you do break below this current uptrend, but maybe it's just a consolidation, and then you find your support wherever, and then you can make your move higher after that. That is totally possible. Totally possible to do that. Look at all of this accumulation down here. That's a totally possible move. However, currently there is, a concern that this will be the top here. You come down to this level, break below this level, and go lower. So, yeah, this is really the key zone here, the key levels. You can hang out in this zone all you want, just don't break below this stuff here. All right. We'll see though. It'll be interesting to watch. Looking forward to it. TRX against BTC. So there you have it. I think we are done. We'll take a quick bonus. We'll look at the XTZ. XTZ on the weekly. I mean, you've gone to make new lows, but you are back above a key level right here. So if you can hold above that stuff, then you're good. But it looks like you're getting some topping action here. So yeah, if this consolidation can't hold at these levels here, then down you go. If it does hold, then wow, you got a chance to move up to the next level, which is about here. So there you go. That would be great for XTZ. Let's see what happens, okay? Stick around for more. All right, everyone, I am done. It's been a pleasure to look at these charts and talk about them, and hope this has been helpful for you. I'm wishing you love, peace, and happiness. And until next time, I say goodbye.